Alright, everybody. Just loading in. Got about 5 mics until we start ceremony, so if you're watching on Restream, go ahead and skip to roughly the 5-minute mark. Okay. Alright, gotta be loud.
First platoon all accounted for.
Roger that, Sergeant First Class. Fall in. Major LaFlash, Alpha Company, all present and accounted for.
Alright, outstanding. Post. Alright, War Eagles, welcome to October. Everybody hear me? Let's make sure I'm on yelling. There we go. In the back, good, yeah. Alright. So today is going to be an exciting day. If you haven't seen those beautiful aircraft behind you, means one thing. If you were present yesterday during squad drills, we practice on those aircraft, jumping out of said perfectly good aircraft. Today is a day that doesn't come around very often for us in the 3rd Infantry Division. We're not like our sister unit, the 173rd, or we just don't jump out of airplanes very often. It's something, obviously, it's fun to do, but we find other means of engaging combat, usually driving our striker right up their rear. So today we get to experience a little bit of um, fun in terms of getting out of the aircraft, getting on the ground, rallying, and then hitting our objective. But I'm really looking forward to that in about 2 hours here. So if we have a fairly smaller formation today for ceremony, a lot of TPRs. So hopefully those TPRs are just for the early half of today. Otherwise, like I said, it doesn't come around very often. At most, we come in and do the drop maybe once a year, once an operation. So, some other news that we always start off with. Some of our opening notes. September was a very solid month for us in terms of recruiting. I have a good sized list to kind of go over. Basque, Abrams, Dickerson, Smirnik. I'm going to mess that one up for his entire career, so I apologize for that. I'm just going to call you Smirnoff from now on. Nichols, Lancaster, Robert, Jibu, Belinsky, Gabriel, Mason, Santana are some of the soldiers that are joined us in the month of September. A few others on this list that recently just put in a discharge due to time and obviously school. That's the hard part when you get into recruiting, is that retention piece, right? Retention's on all of us when you go and look at, terms of keeping the soldier engaged, keeping that new soldier feeling like he wants to make some sacrifices maybe in that personal life to be present, be with us on the weekends. We want to make it a fun environment, and that's missions like today. That's the camaraderie you have between yourselves and your squad channels, your squad discords. But it's on all of us as leaders, all the way down to fire team leaders and up, being able to engage that new soldier, making them feel welcome. So, as I said, September we had a very solid start and finish to the month. October I think is going to be continues to be outstanding. We have 2 anniversaries in the month of October in terms of hitting 2 years, both of these soldiers. So we have Sergeant Garcia, which is in formation today, coming up on his 2-year anniversary in the unit, October 17th. And then we have Corporal Marsh, also October 16th for his 2-year anniversary. So to have 2 of these NCOs join us in the month of October is pretty outstanding. Being able to have them for not just the 1 year, which they completed and joined us in 2020, both of them. It's great to continue to see those NCOs rise and the leadership that they provide. And hopefully be able to announce next year, that 3-year and hit that 3rd anniversary gift that we send out. Unless you're, Sergeant Ivan, which I can't mail to, I guess. Sorry, Sergeant. We tried. Platoon leadership wants to announce some things in terms of open positions. So we have some open positions up in our platoon leadership. We just had Sergeant Lewis take an LOA. So usually we try to run with 1 or 2 readiness NCOs. So a readiness NCO in our platoon is one of our Zeus. Whether you are the secondary or primary, alternates between really how that works. One you will be, the other one not so much. So being able to have a secondary readiness NCO along with Sergeant Lewis when he gets back from his short LOA really would be ideal. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to Sergeant Vandal. We'll be able to start taking some considerations, doing a little bit of interviewing, checking that Zeus ability with S2, because that readiness NCO does land within our S2 department, which is led by First Sergeant Brock. Another position we are still looking for is that forward observer. So being able to be on the front side, with our platoon leadership, being able to call in, coordinate between ground and 3 cab. It's one of those positions that, Sergeant Shade held for a long, long time. He's been retired now. This is his second month in the retirement home, enjoying the jello. But ultimately, we also are looking for that position. Again, if you have, I guess, a need or a want or a thrill to get out there and execute at a high level, again, talk to your platoon leadership so that we can take in some apps, start the process of seeing who is best suited for that billet. You know, so let's see. We have a couple things coming up here in October. October is the beginning of our next and fourth quarter. October, November, December, we technically join our fourth quarter. So later in the ceremony, I'm going to be announcing who our third quarter soldier of the quarter was. We also have October 31st, our once a quarter pubathon. So this is just a quarterly event. Generally it happens on New Year's Eve, April Fools, our anniversary, 4th of July, and then October 31st for Halloween. So they happen 4 times a year. Ideally, it's just a pub session on our public server. Whether we decide to take on insurgency or whatever other play we want to do, it's out there. Get together, just have some fun on this pubathon. It's meant for making ourselves known a little bit in the public side of things. Kind of a recruitment tool in some terms. So all we need to do is get out there and have a good showing. We'll have a bunch, hopefully, civilians just join our servers off of the launcher browser and see that we're playing. So Company HQ, myself, First Sergeant, and the rest of command staff is working on putting together plans for a best squad competition in the month of December. So the way right now, the quick outline, without getting into too much details as we're in that process of planning, we have a couple months here, but it'll be a 5-man squad is the idea. So this 5-person squad does not need to be all assigned to your current squad. We can intermix. That means 3 cab can be a part of your 5-man squad. First squad, you can have people from first or third or fourth or fifth. Well, I wish fifth. Second, being able to join your squad. Ideally, all we need is 1 NCO as the squad leader. Can have multiple in there, but 1 has to be the actual squad leader with 4 other members. So look out for those signups. Most likely late November, we'll start seeing some signups. I'll put some other plugs out there as we hold more meetings on what the format looks like, including, obviously some LAM and navigation in there, some skill badge course information in there, and how that timing looks. The U.S. Army does something like this, and it's always pretty awesome to see what is the outcome. So hopefully that adds some, a little bit of fun to our December as we are, wrapping down in Operation Blue Giant. What that looks like really depends on our combat actions today and going forward. So ideally, again, it's just a 5-man team only. Does not need to be assigned to the same squad. So other plugs that I have, FIG. For DMOS, we have a squad designated marksman course happening October 7th at 1600 EST. I believe the signups are up or will be up here shortly for that course. Those that are hoping to use that, a little bit more than your M4 out in the range or out in the combat here, we want to make sure that we get squad designated marksmen. The more the better. It is by assignment only, meaning you don't just get to run around with them whenever you want, but obviously there's 1 per squad that we want to make sure we always maintain. So if you're looking to hit some targets at some long distances, please make sure you go see if you qualify and reapply or apply. We want more of that. We also have a combat lifesaver course happening October 22nd at 1800. We ones that don't know, our basic training, our OSET shifted a little bit to where we no longer put any medical into it just to save some time. With that, the combat lifesaver course is that training So if you're brand new and really don't know much about ACE Medical, that's the course you want to take. You can take the course, be qualified, and not really hold the slot, but you also have that ability, so it's universal. Um, and my final plug is for Public Affairs. Public Affairs, which handles our unit YouTube, media, social media, our news on the front website, as well as pinning it to our Discord, stuff like that. We're in search of a new NCYC. We've had a little bit of down time, I guess, in PAO. We're looking to spruce things up a bit. Get more active on our social medias, our YouTubes. We have a Twitch and a Facebook group. So if that's something up your alley, please come contact me if you just want to be a part of that, or B, if you are a specialist or higher and are looking to take on some leadership responsibility inside of DMOS. Please contact myself. Between myself, Sergeant First Class Vandal is in Public Affairs, First Sergeant's in Public Affairs. We have Specialist McKinsey, who leads our journalist side. So we're just looking kind of add to our staff, add a little bit more oomph to our unit in terms of our public affairs. So we are in need of an NCOIC. So other than that, there's a little bit more notes at the end that I'll kind of cover, but I wanted to get those out. So kind of jump into ceremony. What is this, 6 pages worth again? I remember September was a good chunk of promotions and awards. So, and just like before, some of these achievement and commendation medals sure have a lengthy citation. So I appreciate that. Not. Okay. So if I could get Marsh, Troll, and Montana to post. All right, about face. All right, these 3 soldiers, the 2 in front of you are Montana and Troll, are hereby being awarded the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal for donating $50 or more in the calendar month of September. Month of September, we took in $170.46, being $70.46 coming from Corporal Marsh. I'm not really sure why that exact amount, but he felt compelled to do it, so I appreciate that. And then we have Troll and Montana both donating $50 in the calendar month of September. This is what funds our unit fund. So that's our website, our servers. We do have potentially some additional costs coming with our website, as we have to go through a pretty big security update. And it might actually require us to do some contracting out of the unit. So that might come with a little bit of a cost. So things like this, our monthly donation is vital. We have a great staff in COE, so hopefully we'll be able to manage it without and save ourselves a couple pennies. But ultimately, our website's a big part of us, and how we operate with our PERSCOM system, and obviously our AARs and our TENS trackers. But having soldiers like these 3 that are selfless and donate pretty frequently to an extent, it goes without saying. It's amazing. 2 things bring a unit down, and that's poor finances and poor leadership. And that's something that we are runneth over with, is great soldiers that are constantly donating, and then great leadership within. So a big thank you to these 3. Buffets. Thanks again, soldiers. I'll see you next month. Fall back good. All right. If I can get Chief Strickland, Sergeant Vandal, Sergeant Ivan, post. What's up, Blanky? All right, Buffets. All right. These 3 soldiers are hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Service Medal. So this is for only given out to soldiers who serve in a current DMOS of 6 months or longer. So all three of these actually come from their service as a drill sergeant or senior drill sergeant within our force improvement group. So each of them have served honorably. Each of them I know does a large amount of training in terms of OSET or skill badge courses. Being a drill sergeant is extremely important. They run some of these courses in the absence of first sergeant, and being able to have that bench, that training bench of squad leader or of NCOs that can become a drill sergeant or senior drill sergeant is top notch, and we need every single one. So, big thank you and congratulations. Buffets. Congratulations, soldiers. Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get Robert Shocked Gabriel Santana post. Buffets. All right, these four soldiers, the one in front of you today is Private Shocked, hereby being awarded the Combat Infantry Badge Stage 1. Month of September, Shocked was on our list of enlisting in the late part or mid part of August. So September was his first combat engagement with us, having earned himself the CIB Stage 1. This is his first combat operation that he's attended with our unit. We only award one stage per operation, operational campaign. To be in the multiple stages, it takes a little bit. To get to stage 3 could be 3 years in the unit just to do that. Somehow between how the timeline lands, but congratulations, welcome to the unit. I hope so far our missions and our training has hit some of your expectations, and you continue to fight alongside our soldiers and be that solid bullet shield we kind of need. So congrats. All right, Buffface. Congrats, Private.
Hell yeah.
Fall back in. All right. Next step, if I can get Brock, Ivanov, Garcia, Bird, Lewis, and Rao post. Buffets. Alright, only one we're missing here is Rao. These soldiers are hereby being awarded the Humanitarian Service Medal. Three of them are being awarded the Humanitarian Service Medal for achieving 60 votes in the calendar month. Our clans list voting is very vital to our success of being seen, being on top of the pack all the time, making sure that we are on the top of the clans list page. Ideally, usually we're not outside the 1, 2, 3 ranking. Some of the soldiers in our formation found us via the clans list. It's something pretty vital to us as well. So being able to vote 2 times a day for 30 straight consecutive days lands you on that 60 votes. Something I've been trying and failing miserable at myself. But being able to do this is, I believe, if the math is correct, First Sergeant, this is your last one.
Yes, sir.
He is currently going to be maxed out on this medal, which is impressive nonetheless. That's consecutive, literally year or more of years, probably. I think you can max out at 25 on a ribbon, I want to say. But that's impressive. We also then have Bird, Lewis, and Rao, who were nominated and approved, or recommended and approved for the Humanitarian Service Medal for purchasing a Steam game for fellow soldiers. That's also within the right. They're spending money just the same on somebody else. That's selfless, being able to make sure that they are, creating more community within. So it's always great to be able to see soldiers that get out there and do something nice for a fellow soldier. And that's what the Humanitarian Service Medal is really all about, selflessness. So congratulations to these 6. Hooah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ballface. Congratulations. Thank you, soldiers. Fall back in. Next up, if I can get Perez, Shocked, and Lions post. Welcome back. About face. All right, so these 3 soldiers, Private Shocked again in front of you. All of them enlisted, like I said, within the last 30 to 45 days. These soldiers are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of Private First Class, E3. This is their first promotion in our unit outside of a training environment. You know, they got their Private Second Class for graduating basic training. And this is them moving on to the next step in their career. PFC opens up some other windows, being able to serve in certain DMOSs, even be selected as a fire team leader as a PFC, and just continue to grow in our unit. You know, to me, one of the best ranks to show your, I guess, motivation is that PFC level. You know, it takes a lot to push yourselves to get to that next rank and show that you want it. So these PFCs now, hopefully we see them next month pushing that next rank. Congratulations. Hooah.
Ooh.
Bellface. Congrats, PFC.
Hell yeah.
Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get Crafty, if he's present, post.
Negative.
Negative? All right. Warrant Officer Crafty is hereby being awarded his U.S. Army Aviator Wings as well as his Combat Action Badge Stage 1. So both of these are awarded only to our 3 cab. Obviously, being an aviator, he was promoted last month and now is served officially as a U.S. Army Aviator as a Warrant Officer 1. And then achieving his first combat operation as a pilot earns him the Combat Action Badge. He currently also has a CIB, a Combat Infantry Badge, prior to his days as an infantryman before transferring over to be a pilot. So congratulations to him. Cool.
Ooh.
All right. Next up, if I can get Strickland, Brock, Tucci, Ayers, Diaz, Grigg, Snyder, Siegel, Gray, Marsh, and Williamson, post. All right, Buffus. All right, this large list, what is this, 10, 12 soldiers? Are hereby being awarded the Good Conduct Medal. Those that don't know, Good Conduct is awarded for just that, good conduct. Every 3 months you can earn this ribbon. Being able to get it up to 4 times a year, so you can max it out pretty quick as well. You know, this means that they haven't had lapse in AWOL statuses. They TPR when they need to TPR. They show up when we need them. And ideally, they're just a good soldier. You know, they show up, they're here. They say what they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. And you know, they have that routine down. So congratulations on being awarded the Good Conduct Medal. Ooh. All right, Buffets. Congratulations, soldiers. Fall back in. All right. Next, if I can get Kidon, Donley, Siegel, Shocked, Troll, Rao, and Garcia, post. All right, Buffets. All right. So, stand by for a lot of reading. All right, these soldiers, the four in front of you, are hereby being awarded the Army Achievement Medal for a vast array of things, anywhere from a C device attached to just leadership in general. So, I think I'll make it easier on myself and probably just read those that are present. So, all right, we got Kidon. Specialist Kidon never fails to lead from the front. He is a fire team leader who knows how to utilize his team's tactical capabilities by being aware of his team's tactical loadout and the type of training that each of his members have already had. Knowing each of his fire team members' equipment and tactical capabilities and the fire team leader's ultimate weapon is a fire team's leader's ultimate weapon, which Specialist Kidon has proven to be efficient at. Specialist Kidon, expertise, knowledge, and dedication are in keeping with the highest traditions of the military and reflects great credit upon himself and Alpha Company 3rd Infantry Division. We then have Troll. PFC Troll being awarded with C device for combat during Operation Blue Giant Mission Rumbling Miss. Troll stepped up to lead his fire team while his TL went to squad lead. With no prior experience, he had Alpha in all the right places, doing the right stuff when the FOB was under attack. He excelled and did extremely well throughout the operation. When he would have to step up randomly as his TL would go down, or have to step back, or his TL have to step back into the squad lead spot. PFC Troll's expertise, knowledge, dedication are in keeping with the highest traditions of the military and reflect great credit upon himself, Alpha Company within the 3rd Infantry Division. We have Private Shocked, awarded with C device for combat for his excellent work in the field, specifically during Mission Rumbling Mist. While the platoon prepared for our mission, the FOB went under heavy fire due to a Russian attack. 4th Squad Phoenix quickly moved to a defensive position. While at that position, Private 2nd Class Shocked took down an Mi-24 Russian attack helicopter with a javelin that was just trying to neutralize our whole platoon. His actions that day, along with holding the front line and not letting a single enemy break the defensive line, truly showed his tactical capabilities on the field. Private Shocked expertise, knowledge, and dedication are in keeping with the highest traditions of the U.S. military and reflect great credit upon himself and Alpha Company and the 3rd Infantry Division. We then have Garcia. Garcia with C device for combat for dedication, motivation, and excellence in the medical field during operations training events. I recommend Sergeant Garcia for the Army Commendation or Army Achievement Medal with C device. Sergeant Garcia has taken time out of his day to attend courses to help train fellow 68 Whiskeys, as well as going out of his way in developing them more and more during operations. Sergeant Garcia's expertise, knowledge, dedication are in keeping with the highest traditions of the military and reflect great credit upon himself, Alpha Company 3rd Infantry Division. Okay, now the few other ones, as I said, Specialist Donnelly, who's currently not present, is being awarded the Army Achievement Medal for leadership. So without any devices attached, Siegel is hereby being awarded with C device for his glorious battle in Operation Blue Giant Mission Darkened Cellar. We then have Private Rao as well being awarded the C device for Operation Blue Giant Mission Rumbling Mist, which was also the defensive FOB attack that we had to take. Every one of these is based on really leadership. The Army Achievement Medal is all about leadership. It doesn't. We just awarded it technically to 1, 2, 3, 4 privates, which is pretty outstanding to be able to do a couple PFCs and a private 2nd class at the time. Shocked you just got promoted to PFC, but the point is you were a private 2nd class at the time, which goes without saying what type of leadership potential, being able to step up to the plate, do what you need to do to get it done, and you take care of your team and you take care of your buddies. A big congratulations to these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 soldiers that were awarded the Army Achievement Medal today. Hooah. All right. Bellface? Congratulations.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Fall back in. And if you're very, very disappointed that I didn't read the rest of the citations, this gives you the opportunity to go check out that soldier's personnel file because it'll be listed right there. Thanks to our amazing base maintenance operations team. That's going to be my new rule. You have to be present if you want me to read your citation, okay? I think that's a good major rule. Yeah, I'm not changing my mind on that one. All right, next up, if I can get Lewis, Babel, and Strickland post. Awesome. All right, Buffface. Oh, I thought Strickland was here. Is he okay? Strickland. Come on up. There you
Yeah, I totally listen.
go. All right. These three soldiers are hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal. This is awarded to soldiers who have served 365 days in our unit with a combat deployment. In this case, I believe all three of these soldiers have a year plus, or almost 2 years probably, but have served and hit that 1 year mark last year, or last month. So ideally, again, the reason behind this one is it has to be 365. So we announced the Garcia and Marsh with their anniversaries coming up here in October. They didn't qualify for this yet. They may have hit 1 year, but that 1 year technically isn't until October, in this case, 16th and 17th for those soldiers. So congratulations. Thank you for being a part of our unit again for the full term of a year, as well as being such a great asset to us in combat. So congratulations on being awarded the Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal. Hooah.
Ah.
Buffus. Outstanding. Fall back in. Thanks for the follow, bud.
That was hilarious.
All right. Next up, if I can get Troll, Rao, Owa, and Siegel post. All right, Buffus. All right, these two soldiers in front of you, along with their three counterparts, or two other counterparts, are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of E4 Specialist. E4, you enter that what we call E4 Mafia, our Specialist Corps. You're no longer a newbie. You're no longer the Rook. You're no longer the FNG. You are out there doing what you need to do, and it's something that goes without saying. You're becoming experts at it. The two soldiers in front of you, I remember when we conducted your NSO, came in bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to go. Now you're that the standard grunt that is like, well, fuck. But being able to get into the E4 Mafia, it requires more dedication from you than a traditional lower enlisted PFC, private second class, private. You're getting in and being a part of a DMOS, which is one of the bigger requirements to get in to the E4 Mafia, the Specialist Corps. Is to hold down one of our DMOSs. They're so important to our success as a unit. Being able to have the leadership in them, and then all the personnel to really make things so much easier. Many hands make quick work. So each of our DMOSs are constantly looking. There's some that are pretty full. If you're looking, check out TeamSpeak. Usually those are that or our DMOS form area will have what DMOSs are hiring. So if you're a PFC now, private second class right now, and you want to make sure that you're not held up, do a promotion, because we have had people literally only not get promoted because they weren't in a DMOS. We're not going to twist your arm and make you get into a DMOS, but if you want that next rank and continue to progress, we all do our part. just like the Stormship Troopers with stomping on those bugs, right? You're doing your part. You're getting into a DMOS like RRO or FIG, PAO. There's my plug again for PAO. But being able to be a part of a DMOS is vital to our success as a unit. So congratulations to these 4 on achieving that, and congratulations to the 2 in front of us. Ooh.
Whoa.
Wow.
All right, Buffface. Congratulations. Who? Fall back in. All right. So, just making sure that page is done. All right, next up, if I can get Montana, Siegel, and Owa again. Post. Hey, Rao. Congrats on your promotion, bud. Oh, sorry. All right. Buffface. So we have Montana and Owa. So these 2 or 3 soldiers, 2 in front of you, participated in a skill badge course in the month of September. We ran our air assault course. I absolutely love our air assault course. Where else do you get to have all aspects of really the game, the close quarters combat, the being able to just play around with a Chinook and a Blackhawk and see what that all entails. I absolutely love taking our air assault course. So if you haven't already, do it. These 3 soldiers did that in September, are hereby being awarded their air assault badge for completion of that. They're experts in their field, and that's exactly what they wanted to make sure that they brought to our air assault course, and they sure did. That's held generally quarterly is where FIG. Sometimes we have to run it in terms of future missions, just to make sure we have enough qualified soldiers. But it's a great course, outstanding. So check it out next time it's posted. Other than that, congratulations to these 3 on being awarded their air assault badges. Ooh. Buffface. Congrats, soldiers. Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get, Owa again, Bird, Kelso, Ayers, Nikas, and Lions post. Okay. All right, Buffface. All right, so I have 4 in front, and I had 6, so I don't have to read 2 of them. Not bad. All right. So these soldiers are hereby being awarded the Army Commendation Medal, the ARCOM. So I'll read each citation, starting with Sergeant Ayers. Sergeant Ayers is being awarded the ARCOM. Sergeant Ayers has been an example to all as an exemplary team leader and NCO. He continues to demonstrate Army values in everything he does. His assistance with the squad's day-to-day has massively helped improve the inner squad's chemistry. He takes great care of his subordinates, monitoring them and leading by example. His wealth of experience is somewhat that everyone here in 3rd Squad Spartan keeps drawing on, and he is more than happy to share. Sergeant Ayers' expertise, knowledge, dedication are keeping in the highest traditions of the U.S. military and reflect great credit upon himself, Alpha Company, and the 3rd Infantry Division. Specialist Nikas. Specialist Nikas, during the month of September's during the month of September, abilities of specialists were on point. Due to his actions, the squad managed to move through operations and complete all our objectives. Without his actions, Scorpions wouldn't be where the squad is now. Specialist Nikas' expertise, knowledge, and dedication are in keeping with the highest traditions of the military, reflect great credit upon himself and the 3rd Infantry Division's Alpha Company. We then have Owa. Owa being awarded the ARCOM with C device during Patrol 12. So the big difference there, and I want to point that out, is we do have 2 soldiers being awarded this with C device. So with a C device, there's the Valor side, which is really meant for combat operations. C device, R device, so combat and remote are more or less reserved. Can be the official combat operation as well. Mission, whatever we're doing today, right? But then getting that combat, I mean, we do see a good chunk of combat on our patrols. They're not always meant to be. Sometimes they're a little bit slower pace, but sometimes our patrols roll up and kick our ass as well. So with Patrol 12, first squad got under heavy fire from a BMP and a BDR 80 during the firefight. Almost the whole squad went down. Private second class at the time was the last man in his squad and kept providing medical support to the squad until the reinforcements arrived. During medical assistance, the building collapsed, and Owa himself went down. By his actions, Private Owa deserves this award. Private's expertise, knowledge, and dedication are kept with the highest traditions of the military, reflect great credit upon himself, Alpha Company within the 3rd Infantry Division. I remember that patrol with the building. We've had a couple buildings fall down on us, I think. I remember air traffic control tower that took us all. We then have Specialist Bird being awarded with C device. Again, patrol number 12. The Wagner group was heavily, patrol number 12, Wagner was heavily injured and tried kidnapping Staff Sergeant Winters. Specialist Bird was ordered to move with his team to save Staff Sergeant Winters, but due to the enemy fire, Bird was cut off from his team. On his own, Specialist moved to the last known position of the acting platoon sergeant, killed Wagner, who tried to kidnap Winters, and brought him to the medics to assist. Specialist Bird's expertise, knowledge, dedication are keeping in the highest traditions of the military and reflect great credit upon himself, Alpha Company, and 3rd Infantry Division. So those that weren't present right now, we have Kelso and Lyons, both being awarded the ARCOM with no devices, just ARCOM, for, again, leadership within what they've done, whether that's within their squad, administratively, as well as in a patrol. The ARCOM is a higher level than our Army Achievement Medal. It has to have that extra oomph in it. Ideally, leadership is key. As you can see, all these pertain to some type of leadership in combat, and that's exactly what it looks for. But the ARCOM is also awarded for administratively duties, for outstanding, doing your job, being a great team member, being a great fire team leader, being a great squad leader. So, and that's something that these 6 show every day. So, congratulations.
Ooh.
Bellface. Congratulations, soldiers. Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get Tucci and Brock post. Bellface. All right. So Tucci TPR today. We got First Arm Brock in front. Both are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Commendation Medal for their outstanding dedication and excellence that they portray in their leadership role inside their DMOSs. In this case, Tucci currently is our OIC, who oversees our BMO and Corps of Engineers. Then we have First Arm Brock, who's our NCOIC of our FIG and Intel. To hold multiple leadership roles like this is insane. The administrative duties that we have in the admin side, it can be turned into a job. This becomes less of a hobby and more sometimes as a job, which is why it's so important to have many hands make light work. These soldiers lead from the front. They want these responsibilities, and they want to make sure that the top-notch product, which is, in this case, our FIG is our training, our Intel is our missions, our BMO and COE is our website and servers. So some very, very important things to our unit If we didn't have the greatest leaders at the top of those DMOSs, can you imagine how crappy it would be for us all? So a big thank you to these two for their outstanding service inside those DMOSs. Hua. All right, Buffface. Congratulations, top.
Thanks, sir.
Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get Frost. Post. Please, take your time. Damn butterbar. Hello, mate.
Bonjour.
See. All right. So we have the very special Lieutenant Frost. If you haven't met him, he is a cheerleader of sorts. So recently, the lieutenant relieved me as OIC of our recruiting and retention. For a while there, we were co-parenting as I brought the butter bar, along with me in tow. But something that he's done outstanding in the last several months has been being that cheerleader of our recruiting and retention. Him and Sergeant Ayers run our recruiting and retention DMOS. To me, it's an extremely important DMOS. If we didn't have recruiters, if we didn't have those available to do NSOs, we wouldn't get any new blood into our unit, right? Well, new blood don't matter how many basic training courses we put on with FIG. Doesn't matter how many nice shiny uniforms CID makes. Sooner or later, we would deplete ourselves of people. Without a strong recruiting and retention team led by these two, goes without saying that it's vitally important. So I'm awarding Lieutenant Frost here the JSAM, the Joint Service Achievement Medal, for once again being the top recruiter in the month of September. So during the last few months since taking over, Lieutenant Frost has really been vital to the day-to-day operations of recruiting and retention. He has the highest number of recruits passed in the month of September, and well as August. That's the true leader. He's leading by example. He's showing other recruiters this is the way we need to make ourselves available. This is how we bring soldiers in. We have to sacrifice sometimes as recruiters. And in this case, the lieutenant sacrifices a lot. I remember at times as the OIC and him being a master recruiter, we had to literally tell him to stop, give other people chances to recruit. But then he was always that safety net. When that fell through, he was there to make sure we got that new soldier into the unit. So that's really what sparked me saying, all right, it's time to shine. Put him in as OIC, and I look forward to the ability of recruiting and retention. So far, September was off to a great start. October is going to be his first full month as OIC, so I really look forward to seeing what gets brought in, how that leadership changes, can inspire the soldiers below. But congratulations, Lieutenant Frost. I look forward to seeing you do what you do. Cool.
Ooh.
All right, Buffus.
Can you imagine?
I will. Fall back in. All right, next up, if I can get Kelso and Kidon, post. All right, Buffus. All right, we got Specialist Kidon and Kelso are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of E4 Corporal. Entering that E4 Corporal, they enter our NCO Corps. Being a junior NCO is all about leadership. These soldiers are current fire team leaders, leading from the front and do outstanding in it. To be able to get to that corporal range, as I said, you have to be a fire team leader. Now it opens you up to be a squad leader. It opens you up to be a drill instructor. Being able to get out there, lead from the front. In this case, both these soldiers are already up here today, receiving leadership-based medals, and what they do doesn't go unnoticed. So congratulations. Welcome to the NCO Corps. Now it's truly meaning you lead from the front. So congrats. Oh. All right, Belfast. Congrats, Corporal.
Thank you, sir.
Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get Cooper, post. Buffus. Warrant Officer Cooper here. If you do not remember who he is, I mean, now he's 3 cab, so we really don't, care too much. No, I'm joking. So, Warrant Officer here was one of our senior SLs. He led 4th Squad for quite a while. He transferred over to our 3 cab to where his motivations never ended. He's constantly helping Lieutenant Frost, Chief Strickland continue to run our 3 cabs to a high level. During Mission Rambling Mist, Warrant Officer Cooper could be seen in a Little Bird protecting our asses hardcore. So with that, being awarded with Valor the Air Medal for his great tactics and communication while working with 1st Platoon to defend our FOB during Mission Rumbling Mist. He spent straight 45 minutes providing CAS air support with Little Bird with pinpoint accuracy. The amount of ammo and lead that the Warrant Officer laid down in defense of our FOB, in defense of us, was phenomenal. Being able to see him come in, reload, rearm, and go back out there, because literally the only aircraft we had available to us was that Little Bird, which somehow survived the initial attack. And it was under his pilot skills and his leadership that he was able to give us a fighting chance for that FOB defense. So a big hooah, big congratulations, and a big thank you to Warrant Officer Cooper. Hooah. All right, Belface. Congrats, soldier. Fall back in. All right, next up, Vandal, post. Belface. All right. Sergeant First Class Vandal. During combat mission Darkened Cellar, Vandal led from the front on multiple engagements throughout the entire combat mission. During the attack on the Baranian airbase objective Ardent, Sergeant First Class was helping coordinate combat operations when he was incapacitated for a short while. Upon receiving medical aid, Sergeant First Class continued to lead from the front by providing fire missions and radio communications throughout the entire night's mission. Ensuring the safety of his platoon, leading through his NCOs, Sergeant First Class Vandal held his platoon in the support of the company and the unit to a high level of excellence. So with this, he is hereby being awarded the Bronze Star with Valor for his actions committed on Operation Blue Giant Combat Mission Darkened Cellar. Hooah. All right. I was there that night, being able to see how and what he was able to provide. At that time, I believe I was rolling with 3rd Squad, hitting up mortars, which was pretty fun. But then just the pinpoint accuracy of his callouts, where to shift fire, where to land our high impact, high explosives. Just his expertise and knowledge in the field of obviously artillery, our mortars, goes without saying. That he's the right man for that job, and continues to lead us to this day. So congratulations, Sergeant First Class. All right, Buffers. Congratulations. And then just stay put. If I can get Two Chiefs who is not present, and then Staff Sergeant Winners, post. Check and making sure I got everything tallied as we wrap up here. All right, Buffface. All right. So I know squad leads are in the loop on this, whether it filtered down. So with that, I'm going to announce today the promotion of Cadet Tucci to second lieutenant. He has completed his OCS, which was a pretty long course for him, something that really challenged him in terms of his ability to, well, lots of things, I should say. But with that, we finally get a new butter bar. Luckily, Lieutenant Frost now is no longer our only butter bar. We now have 2 butters, which I can't believe it's not butter, right? So with that, though, Lieutenant Tucci is going to spend some time up as Company Executive Officer. He's coming up to join myself and First Sergeant in company leadership to really help learn a little bit more on the combat leadership side, the administrative side, something that the lieutenant can extremely excel in, but then also this causes a few things. Lieutenant has a hectic schedule here in the next month and a half, so without having any leadership deficiencies and lack thereof, this is a good move for him. With that, that leaves us an open platoon leader slot. So as we comb through our command staff and figure out who's up next, well, really there was a very short list. We had Sergeant First Class Vandal, somebody that again steps up constantly. The Sergeant First Class is going to be moving into the OCS course with myself, which then Tucci just vacated, so we're going to have another cadet. But with that, Sergeant First Class Vandal's moving to OCS. He's going to be moving into that platoon leader slot, which is very fitting for him. Kind of fits a little bit up in his real world experience as well, and what he can provide to us as a future officer in this unit is really unmeasurable in my eyes. With that, we kind of brought that information down to our squad leaders, and really we had to get ready and select our next platoon sergeant. With that, squad leaders really voted and unanimously selected Staff Sergeant Winters to take on that Widowmaker 7 slot as our next Widowmaker platoon sergeant. So going forward today, this is our new platoon staff. So big hooah, big congratulations. Outstanding is all I can say. Hooah. All right. So this duel right here goes back all the way to first squad days when they both were a squad leader and a fire team leader. We have what I call the Vandal tree, right? The leaderships and the leaders that came up under Vandal as FTLs, and those that he constantly inspires. We also have the Sergeant Winters tree, which does the exact same thing. He has new squad leaders that has been under his tutelage as fire team leaders, and we continue to push for excellence as a unit. There's nobody more gratifying and excited than myself to have these 2 soldiers lead first platoon. Being able to see what they can do on the backside, but then welcoming Staff Sergeant Winters into our command staff team is amazing. Another set of eyes, another perspective, somebody like all the rest of command staff, specifically Vandal here, that care about their teams, care about their soldiers' welfare, hold sensing sessions, talk to the lower enlisted, get everybody's input, and make a command decision. And that's the type of leadership we need leading us. So congratulations. Oh. All right, about face. Congrats, soldiers. Fall back in.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so I have 2 more announcements here. So shockingly, this soldier's not present. We went through and voted as a command staff team in the month of September, end of September here, on who our soldier of the quarter is. So I kind of spoiled it already. The soldier is not in formation right now. This soldier enlisted with us in February of 2022. So having served just over 7 months in our unit, the soldier currently holds down 2 DMOSs. One in recruiting and retention, as I said, is so vital, and one in our force improvement group, again, extremely vital to our success. This soldier is an exceptional leader and always strives to set the example. He is the standard we expect from all lower enlisted within our unit. having been assigned to, drumroll, 3rd Squad upon enlistment. He also has shown that age really means nothing when it comes to ability. So with that, there's one soldier in particular that has constantly been going above and beyond, having been assigned to 3rd Squad. He is currently a 3rd Squad fire team leader. This is the one and only Specialist Kelso is hereby being awarded the Soldier's Medal, named 3rd Quarters Soldier of the Quarter as well. So a big hooah to him. Congratulations. Sahua, we'll get that out of the way. Hooah! Specialist Kelso has gone above and beyond in the last 3 months. His motivation, he's constantly trying his best in terms of activity, in terms of his leadership ability, in terms of being here, being present, leading from the front, taking care of his fire team, taking care of his squad, stepping up several times when we've had to pull Staff Sergeant Winters out of the squad to be enacting whatever, whether that's platoon sergeant or any other role that we've taken on. So a big hooah to now technically Corporal Kelso. With that, we also have the vacancy of 3rd Squad. Again, voted on by the remaining squad leaders of what that looks like. Corporal Kelso is also, at this time, going to be taking over 3rd Squad, with the vacancy of Staff Sergeant Winters moving up into platoon staff. So a big hooah to him. I mean, this is a big day. It sucks that he wasn't present today, but if you make sure you blow up his Discord, blow up his Steam, tell him congratulations, because he doesn't even know yet that he was selected as Soldier of the Quarter. I was going to make it more of a big surprise, but doesn't help that he kind of TPR'd today, at least for this morning part. So a big congratulations to you, Corporal Kelso. Looking forward to seeing what this does in terms of your career with us, and seeing what you can do throughout this next couple months as the squad leader of 3rd Squad. With that, he is going to be invited to our public affairs podcast with myself and First Sergeant to really learn about himself a little bit, or us get to learn about him a little bit. He's going to be interviewed. We'll post it on our Soldier of the Quarter board, of course, as well. So look forward to that coming up here in the month of October. And I want to say, make sure I have everything else checked off on my list before we drop. Okay. Without further ado then, if I can get Cadet Vandal post. Oh, all right. Buttface? All right, sorry. Take charge. I forgot what I was doing. Take charge. Dismiss your platoon. Let's get ready for some airborne operations today, huh?
Hello, sir.
All right.
All right, everyone go ahead, and from what I'm tracking, we disconnect for the next 5-10 minutes while we restart the server, get everything loaded up. Squad leaders be back in 10 minutes.
Oh. All right. So, as Cadet Vandal just mentioned, we are going to drop stream here for a little bit. I'll be back live with everybody here in about 15-30 minutes, and we'll be able to go from there. Hope to see you in our combat operation today. Thanks, everybody.